The majority of individuals overestimate their daily capabilities while significantly underestimating their potential achievements over a half-year period. This 180-day time frame represents our focus for today's discussion: how to completely revolutionize your existence within this specific duration. What makes 6 months the ideal time frame? Allow me to explain why. 12 months feels excessively lengthy for waiting, while 30 days provides insufficient time for substantial transformation. However, this 6-month period represents the optimal balance, sufficient duration for witnessing dramatic outcomes while remaining brief enough to maintain enthusiasm and motivation. Fascinating, wouldn't you agree? What captivates me most is how individuals dedicate more effort to organizing their upcoming holidays than structuring their entire existence. They'll invest countless hours selecting accommodations, yet refuse to allocate 30 minutes toward designing their destiny. Remarkable, isn't it? However, you stand apart from the masses. Your presence here today indicates an inner recognition that transformation time has arrived. Consider this question: if you maintain your current behavior patterns exactly as they exist today, what will your situation look like after 6 months? Identical employment, unchanged earnings, persistent difficulties, familiar justifications. You must understand that avoiding change means choosing your current circumstances. Allow this concept to resonate deeply. The beauty of a 6-month strategy lies in providing what I term realistic urgency. Procrastination becomes impossible because this time frame approaches rapidly, yet sufficient opportunity exists for implementing meaningful modifications. This represents perfect equilibrium. Allow me to reveal the core principles governing transformation. Success provides evidence, and through years of observation, I've learned that exceptional accomplishment doesn't involve executing 4,000 different activities. Rather, it requires performing 6 or 7 actions 4,000 times each. Repetition serves as skill's mother, while consistency functions as success's father. Let's examine your 6-month transformation's first essential element: clarity. Crystal clear understanding of your desires is mandatory. Vague objectives yield vague outcomes. Precise goals generate precise results. Document this truth: clarity equals power. When your desires become clear, the universe demonstrates a remarkable tendency to assist in their achievement. Interestingly, most individuals understand their unwanted circumstances but lack clarity regarding their actual desires. They can extensively describe everything wrong with their existence, their employment, their relationships. Yet when asked about their preferred alternatives, this explains why. We'll begin with absolute clarity. Tonight, I want you to retrieve paper and document precisely how you envision your life appearing 6 months forward. Be specific. Avoid "I desire happiness." Instead, write "I aim to increase my earnings by 4%, complete 12 books, lose 20 pounds, and launch my side business venture." Notice the distinction. Your transformation's second key involves what I call your life philosophy. Your philosophy determines your processing method for life events. Here's the crucial point: your future isn't determined by what occurs to you, but rather by your response to those occurrences. The wind doesn't control your direction, your sales positioning does. Let me share something profound. Success contains neither magic nor mystery. Success represents the natural result of consistently implementing fundamental basics. However, here lies the challenge: what's simple to accomplish is equally simple to avoid. Reading 10 pages daily from quality literature is easy, so is neglecting this practice. Saving 10% of your income is straightforward, as is avoiding this habit. Now let's discuss the third key: association's power. Here's an unchangeable principle: you represent the average of your 5 closest companions. Write this down. Throughout these next 6 months, you must deliberately choose your company. Some individuals require love from a distance. Interesting perspective, isn't it? 2 categories of people will cross your path toward success: those providing inspiration and those causing exhaustion. Your responsibility over these 6 months involves increasing exposure to inspiring individuals while decreasing contact with exhausting ones. The solution is straightforward. Let me share something fascinating about human capability. Most people function at roughly 20% of their genuine capacity. Do you understand why? They haven't committed to excellence. They're merely surviving each day rather than extracting value from each day. This represents a massive distinction. The fourth key for your 6-month transformation is what I term the discipline of documentation. Beginning immediately, you must become a dedicated student of your personal journey. Maintain a journal, monitor your advancement, record your insights. The smallest daily routine adjustment can dramatically alter your life over 6 months. Here's an illustration. Reading merely 10 pages from quality literature daily results in fun 800 pages over 6 months. This equals approximately 6 to 7 complete books. Would your life differ if you absorbed wisdom from 7 carefully selected books during these next 6 months? Absolutely. Here's another valuable principle. Success isn't something you chase. Success is something you attract through personal development. Over these next 6 months, prioritize personal growth. Work harder on self-improvement than on your job. The fifth transformation key is what I call investment power. I'm not solely referring to money, though that matters. I'm discussing self-investment. Here's the formula: formal education provides a living, self-education creates wealth. Let me pose this question: how much have you invested in personal development this past year? Most people spend $100 on dinner without hesitation, but resist spending $100 on books or seminars that could transform their existence. Fascinating, isn't it? During these next 6 months, commit to self-investment through books, courses, seminars, or coaching. Make this investment. Remember, if someone has reached your desired destination, they possess knowledge you lack. Invest in learning their secrets. The sixth transformation key is what I call incrementalism's miracle. Small, consistently applied changes produce enormous results over time. Let me demonstrate this principle. Improving just 1% daily for 6 months results in being 180% better than your starting point. This exemplifies compound improvement's power. What fascinates me most is how people wait for major actions. They anticipate the perfect moment for dramatic change. But success doesn't operate this way. Success builds through thousands of tiny correct decisions made consistently, day after day, week after week, month after month. Let me share the seventh key: goals power. I know you've heard about goal setting previously, but let me present something different. Most people establish goals that are too modest. They set goals based on perceived capabilities rather than genuine desires. Over these next 6 months, I want you establishing goals that create slight fear. If your goals don't frighten you, they're insufficiently ambitious. However, here's the key: break these large goals into daily activities. Success isn't about occasional actions, it's about consistent actions. Now let's discuss something most people ignore: environment's power. Your environment will either inspire or expire you. Over these next 6 months, consciously design your environment to support your objectives. Clean your workspace, organize your home, create an energizing space. Here's a life-changing principle: you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Tonight you can make decisions that will alter your life's course. 6 months from now, you'll be grateful you did. Let me share something: a powerful success isn't about resources, it's about resourcefulness. It's not about what you lack, it's about maximizing what you possess. Over these next 6 months, focus on maximizing your current assets. The eighth transformation key is what I call standards power. Your life always moves toward your standards direction. Raise your standards, and your life rises to meet them. Lower your standards, and your life drops accordingly. It's straightforward. Over these next 6 months, elevate your standards in every life area. Raise your standards for acceptable relationships, health, income, and business. When you raise standards, your life transforms. Let me share something interesting about human psychology. We tend to fulfill our expectations. Expect little, receive little. Expect much, receive much. Over these next 6 months, raise your expectations. Demand more from yourself than anyone else could ever demand. The ninth transformation key is what I call rituals power. Your life is shaped by daily rituals. What you do daily matters more than occasional actions. Over these next 6 months, establish rituals supporting your goals. Here's a life-changing ritual: wake up 1 hour earlier daily. That's 180 additional hours over 6 months. Consider what you could accomplish with 180 extra focused hours. That equals 4.5 40-hour work weeks. Let me share something profound about time management. Don't count days, make days count. Over these next 6 months, master your time. Time is the great equalizer. We all have identical 24-hour periods. What you do with those 24 hours creates the difference. The 10th transformation key is what I call accountability's power. When you're accountable to someone, your performance improves. Over these next 6 months, find an accountability partner or join a mastermind group. Share your goals, report your progress, celebrate your victories. Here's something fascinating about human nature: we'll do more to avoid disappointing others than to elevate ourselves. Use this knowledge advantageously. Make commitments to others that you'll feel inspired to keep. Let's discuss something crucial: recovery's power. Over these next 6 months, you'll encounter setbacks. This isn't pessimistic thinking, it's reality. The key isn't avoiding setbacks, it's recovering quickly. Successful people aren't those who never fail, they're those who rise one more time than they fall. The 11th transformation key is what I call focus power. Here's what I've discovered: where focus goes, energy flows. Over these next 6 months, become laser focused on your priorities. Don't major in minor things. Don't be busy, be productive. Let me share something powerful: motivation initiates action, but habit sustains progress. Over these next 6 months, focus on building life. Serving habits don't rely on motivation, rely on discipline. Motivation resembles a hot shower. It feels good, but effects don't last. The 12th transformation key is what I call celebration's power. Most people wait until reaching their final goal to celebrate. This is a mistake. Over these next 6 months, celebrate your progress, not just your achievements. Celebration fuels motivation. Here's something interesting about success. Success leaves clues. Study successful people, read their books, listen to their podcasts, attend their seminars. Over these next 6 months, become a success student. Learn from those who have already achieved your desired results. Let me share something profound about personal growth. For things to change, you must change. For things to improve, you must improve. For things to get better, you must get better. Don't wish circumstances were easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for fewer problems, wish for more skills. The 13th transformation key is what I call contribution's power. Success without contribution is hollow achievement. Over these next 6 months, find ways to add value to others' lives. The more value you create for others, the more valuable you become. Here's something fascinating about wealth. Your income rarely surpasses your personal development. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. Over these next 6 months, invest in your education, develop new skills, expand your knowledge, increase your value. Let me share something powerful about change. Most people overestimate the competition and underestimate themselves. Over these next 6 months, compete with yourself. Try being better today than you were yesterday. That's the only competition that matters. The 14th transformation key is what I call decisiveness power. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly. Unsuccessful people make decisions slowly and change them quickly. Over these next 6 months, become decisive. Here's what's interesting about decisions: every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. The decisions you make over these next 6 months will determine your position 6 months from now. Make decisions that your future self will appreciate. Let me share something profound about success. Success isn't a destination, it's a direction. Over these next 6 months, focus on moving in the correct direction. Don't worry about perfection, worry about progress. Progress equals happiness. The 15th transformation key is what I call gratitude's power. Gratitude transforms what we have into enough. Over these next 6 months, maintain a gratitude journal. Write down 3 daily gratitudes. That's 540 gratitude moments. Here's something fascinating about the human mind. What you appreciate, appreciates. Over these next 6 months, appreciate your progress, appreciate your challenges, appreciate your opportunities. The more gratitude you express, the more reasons you'll have for gratitude. Let me share something powerful about personal transformation. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Over these next 6 months, choose growth, choose development, choose progress. The choice is yours and the time is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude with this thought: 6 months from now, you will surely arrive. The question is where? That answer depends on today's decisions and tomorrow's actions. The next 6 months of your life are hidden in your daily routine. Remember, life doesn't improve by chance, it improves by change. Today, right here, right now, you have the opportunity to make changes that will transform your life over these next 6 months. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take this moment and make it perfect. The difference between your current position and your desired position is the action you take starting today. 6 months will pass whether you take action or not. The question is, where do you want to be when those 6 months conclude? Make these next 6 months count. Make them matter. Make them memorable. 6 months from now, you'll be telling one of two stories, a story of action and achievement, or a story of procrastination and regret. The choice is yours. Let me leave you with this final thought. Everything you need to create an extraordinary life is within your reach. The knowledge is available. The strategies are proven. The opportunities are endless. The only question is, are you ready to begin? Your next 6 months start now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, now. Take action on today's lessons. Apply these principles, follow this plan, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Remember, life will pay whatever price you ask of it. Ask for average, you'll get average. Ask for excellence, you'll get excellence. Over these next 6 months, ask for excellence in everything you do. Accept nothing less than your best. And finally, remember this: the next 6 months of your life can be better than the last 6 months of your life. But that won't happen by accident. It will happen by design. Your design. Take control, take charge, take action. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Go forth and make these next 6 months the best 6 months of your life. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today, and today you've taken the first step toward that preparation.